People of YouTube, how are you? This is my cup of Joe. This is my mug that is the size of a roughly slightly smaller than a human skull, although it doesn't look much smaller right now. I have high coffee requirements. Everyone say hello to Malcolm, who is sitting on the dish drying mat where Jenny does not ever want him to sit. Thank you, Malcolm. We have Kit, ever protecting the establishment, right? Our fortress. She's always looking for something to bark or yell at. And then I'm guessing Kaylee, yep, is in the corner. There she is. Oh, she heard me say her name. Excuse me. Super rude. Oh my. Oh man, you're way up in my grill. Hello. Hello, kid dog. Okay. See, this is how you get the views. Show the pooches. All right. So anyways, I've never really played with Facebook Live. YouTube Live before. At least I don't think so. So I thought I would turn this on and do my my daily prep. Can you see my stuff? I'm gonna have to hold on. Oh, I don't want you to see all that stuff. Ew. All right. So anyways, okay, maybe I should have practiced this a little bit. I gotta get way down here. Hi. We're gonna do my morning routine. So I've got my bullet journal. Edition 2. None of this is sponsored, by the way. I'm just a shill. And usually I would be using my Tombow Mono drawing pen, but I got a lovely gift from Chad Schumacher of Allegory Goods, who gave me this absolutely beautiful pen. It's super weighty, and it's made from like 2,000-year-old wood. I'm dead serious. I'll have to tell you more about that. You know what the mistake I made is the camera is on the bottom of the phone. Am I allowed to flip this mid? Oh, I am. Oh, that's so much better. Please hold. Okay. I think that's gonna be better. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, it's an amazing pen. Super smooth, and the weight of it slows me down. So I love that. So I'm gonna use this today. Got my bullet journal. Got my Lenovo Yoga C930. I told you I was shill. This is my morning setup. Coffee, pen, book, laptop. This is what I do to get myself going in the morning with my bullet journal. As you know, I am a fan of using my Frankenlog. So my morning routine consists of checking my Frankenlog to make sure there's anything in there that needs to be migrated to today, and checking the daily logs from previous days to make sure there's nothing that needs to get moved forward so I don't forget to do it. Or, that I could just do it and mark it off where it sits. So like most people, when I open up my bullet journal, well, I've got three bookmarks, right? I've got my monthly, my daily, and my free flow, which is where I do my longhand journaling inside my bullet journal. So if we grab this tab, there's the free form journaling with my founding father's handwriting, I think somebody called it. This is like the worst framing. I'm like slouching, rocking the dad bod. All right. And I've got my Frankenlog. So what I'm going to be doing is, today is the 20th, dear God. So I'm looking at my Frankenlog at the 20th to see what I have there that needs doing. And if you can see that there, I'm assuming this isn't in reverse for you. Today is not a big deal. Letter E, which is pay that credit card, pay the Freedom Card. That's the only thing that I have on my Frankenlog for today, so that's good. But I also want to update my habit tracker from yesterday. So every day I have a habit tracker, and it's just a little gray box. This is new. This is like not new news for anybody who watches me on the regular. But you'll see each day has a gray box, and then each gray box can have these different things in them to represent activities. So sleep 7 hours, walk, meditate, create something. Yesterday was actually a pretty darn good day, which I need to finish. I didn't meditate, but I did actually get a full 7 hours sleep last night, which was good for me because I've been really bad about that lately. So when I sleep, the reason why I count last night's sleep for the day before is because I noticed that if I counted, if last night's sleep counted for today, then if I didn't get enough sleep, then the rest of the day I was like, well, who cares? I can't get a star day, right? I can't get all my habits done because I started off on a bad foot. I already screwed up. So be it. Now I track the sleep is the last thing that gets tracked of the day. So if I did everything else right, then all I have to do is get my sleep and I get my, my star day. So that's why I do that. Anyways, so we are going to mark down that I did get my full 7 hours sleep. I did not meditate, but that's still not a bad day. And yesterday I was supposed to make sure to pay the water bill. I did. So I could either for the water bill just mark it done, or I could have put the migration symbol. Because truth be told, and if you don't know, this is the migration symbol. It's like a little like open alligator mouth. Because I did do this yesterday. Yesterday I wrote down that I needed to pay the water bill, and I migrated it over and I paid it. Or was it the day before? It's all a blur. It's not in the moment. So there's that. So I've checked here. I do need to pay the Freedom card. So before I forget, I'm going to go over to my daily log. So here's my daily logs from the last couple of days right there. My little epiphany from yesterday. And all right. So before I forget, okay, so I need to do a new page for my daily. So I'm going to switch to a new page. I'm on page 133, and I like to thread my pages so I know where I'm going. I'm going to go to the next blank page in the proper way of bullet journal. All right, so next blank page is 142. So I'm going to write page 142 right here, 142. So I know that I have to go to that page from here, 133 to 142. So I'll go to 142, and I'll do the same thing and write 133 at the bottom of this one so I know that that's where I'm coming from. Usually, by the way, this would take a hell of a lot less time, but since I'm doing it on camera and explaining everything, this is taking a lot longer than I expected. All right, so today is the 20th. How many times do I have to check on the same day to know what day it is? Today is the 20th, so 7/20, Tuesday. And I put my little bracket thingy. And my little bracket thingy right here is where if I do long form journaling for the day, then I'll write the page number there so I know where to find it. So like at the end of the year when I'm going through my bullet journal and trying to find things, that's a quick way for me to be able to find it. Actually, let's see, from 133, as a matter of fact, from earlier, I did journal yesterday and I forgot to put it in the bracket, so that's good. I'm glad I mentioned that. I'm going to go to my long form journal, which is on 128, and I'll add that in right here on yesterday's. Oh my God, there you go. You see it? Added into yesterday's daily log. Anywho, we're on 133 now, or 143, and it's a Tuesday. So I like to put in events that I know are going to happen for the day. I have a calendar. I use Google Calendar, which is why I include the laptop, but I want to, I like to write them in because it cements them in my mind a little bit. Writing things down helps me remember them. So we're going to go to, join me as we go to the Google Calendar. We're going to go to Google Calendar, and, okay. So I use therapy notes for work, for taking the notes. I'm a counselor by trade. Obviously, you can't see that part. That's super duper HIPAA violation, so you're not going to get to see that part of it. But what I do is, I do like copy over initials of people's names into my Google Calendar. So I look at my Google Calendar and I look at therapy notes. Not allowed to see. And I look to see what my appointments are for the day. The reason I copy my therapy notes appointments into Google Calendar is because my phone has an app called Calendgoo, which is a Google Calendar app, but it's just better than the built-in one, which mutes my phone automatically if my calendar says I'm busy. So that way I never have to remember to mute my phone when I'm at work. It happens automatically. That's why I take the time in the morning to just move the stuff over. It takes time, but I'm more likely to remember to do this. I never remember to mute my phone, and I feel very awkward anytime my phone goes off while I'm in a session with somebody. Let's not forget the coffee. Let's put it like kind of right here. So I see that. So I see the B, and it's like, B, drink me. I'm B in that case. All right, so I like to write down my appointments for the day, and I got blah, 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 blah. I work in the afternoon, which is why I'm doing this at 9:30 in the morning. Living a fool's paradise here. So I write down my appointments for the day. I got one at 12. I got one at 1. And these are pretty consistent people that I see at pretty consistent times. So None of these are a big surprise to be writing down, but again, I like being able to. Also, when I look back in the past and I'm looking at my bullet journal and seeing what I was doing, it's cool to see the schedule all in one place and not having to like look at my Google Calendar. I'm not going to do that. I never have. Not for the sake of reminiscing. All right, so I've written in all of my, appointments for the day that I have. I don't have a lot because I was off for 2 weeks. My father passed away and I took time off work. So I'm kind of speeding back up, which means I don't quite have as many appointments as I usually do. I think that happens, there's a little fall off as a result of not being there, as a counselor. That happens. Sometimes people just stop coming to counseling. There's no goodbye. There's no termination. They just vanish. There's nothing I can do about that. All right, so we've got my stuff down. And then what was the thing from Frankenlog that I just looked at? It was the Freedom Card. I have to pay the Freedom Card today. I use somebody at the Bullet Journal, the Minimalist Bullet Journal group on Facebook, said that they use this $ symbol anytime instead of writing the word pay all the time, they just use a $ symbol, which I think is a great idea. So that's what I'm going to do. So I got my Freedom Card there. All right, so I've transferred from Frankenlog, right? And oops. Oh, by the way, I also I don't use much color. I don't use any color. I just use black. But I do use a black washi tape to mark the months, so it's easy for me to find the beginning of every month. So here we are. I do want to go ahead and just mark off creativity already for today's habit tracker because I think this counts, right? We're being creative. I'm going to go ahead and create. So I've already done that. That's good. My other 3 things that I want to do every day are meditate, walk, and sleep 7. The walk is up for grabs right now. I'm having a problem with my ankle. So maybe a short walk. The meditation is weird because it feels great and I should always do it, and yet I almost never do for no reason. I have no idea why I'm reluctant. One more thing in Frankenlog. I have on the second page is a memories page, and this is where I write 1 line a day for the things that happened that day. They don't have to be. Sometimes they're monumental. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes it's not a big deal at all. I already wrote something for yesterday. I wrote lots of social media posts. Heels apps. I wrote that. I also mowed the lawn mowing. See, just no one cares about that. But I like being able to see the specifics of a day when I go back and look at it. So it's also just for me. So I don't give a whoop if somebody else doesn't like what I write. That is irrelevant. And then the last thing I might want to update on a daily is I've been trying to keep track of my media intake, like how many things do I start and not finish. I am really bad about starting video games and not finishing them, or starting books and not finishing them, or starting TV shows and not finishing them. So I've got like this list of shows I've started watching or video games I've started playing, and it gets alarming. It gets alarmingly long. Like I put in here The Tick, but it's really The Tick Modern, which like we just started the 2nd season. There's also The Tick from the 90s. Was it the 90s or the aughts? I don't know. 90s, aughts, whatever. So we're watching like both of them at the same time. Why? I don't know. My wife is contributing to this. She's helping me do this bad behavior. Okay, so I just had this moment where I was like, am I supposed to be doing something else and I'm going to get in trouble when somebody notices I'm streaming live on YouTube? Like I'm not a grown man. I'm like, am I going to get caught like I'm playing hooky or something? So I have ADHD and I take medication, but I haven't taken it yet and I really should have. So, I'm not going to take it on camera, but I am going to take it. So bear with me for just a moment. Actually, who cares if I take it on camera? Yeah, I need to. This is getting a little more scattered. Ow, it's heels out. All right, this is getting a little more scattered than I would like. So because of that, I take my multivitamins. Ow, my ankle. Okay. Hell. All right. Don't look. This could all be for show. Like there could have been nothing in my hand, and I could have just been faking it. So you don't know. All right, so do I need to add any other media? No, I did not start any other media. I've updated this. Okay, and if I'm really being conscientious, which I tend to only do on the weekends, I would also be looking at Frankenlog to make sure that the things that are supposed to have been done by now have been done by now. So I would look, like, okay, it says to pay NICOR. Did I pay NICOR? Well, according to the logs, I won't get into that too much because it'll get too long. Oh, so refill meds is one that I had since Saturday, and that is done. So I'm marking that off. I have that from my Saturday dailies. What else? So I do consulting work at Ingalls Hospital, and I had a waiting for. I used to have a whole list of things I was waiting for. I think I even made it in this bullet journal, but I don't use it anymore. Let me see if I still have it. And it's just a great place to park things that you're waiting to happen, like a package you're waiting to get. Oh, yeah, I did make it. So like, if you're waiting for a package that you want to get, or you're waiting for someone to return a phone call, or if you have subordinates at work. That's the old word, direct reports. If you have direct reports at work and you're expecting them to do something for you, then you can say who and what and when you asked them to do it and when it was done. And that's oh, hello, Aline, I know you. I don't know how to say your name, but I see you around, so hello. So this is very handy, but ever since I quit my corporate juggernaut job, I haven't needed it, so I haven't been using it. Actually, is there anything still open on this? Oh, there is. I do have one thing on here. I guess I'm technically using it, but not actively. Oh God, I've taken out 2 out of the 3 bookmarks. Oh well, never gonna find it again. All right, there's my free flow. I found that. Where's my? Wait, is that my? No, that's not. That's an old page. Oh God, what's happening? All right, so here's July. Put the bookmark back. Dear God, man, what are you doing? And then here is the daily. So anyways, I had a waiting for. What I've been doing for waiting for is just doing, are you going to work on Wednesday at Ingalls? That's a question, and it's being treated like a task, and I put a little waiting for on it so I know that I'm waiting to hear back from them. I did hear back from them. The answer is yes. I'm going to cross out the waiting for. I'm going to write yes, put a circle around it, and I already added that to my calendar, or else I would do that now. Okay. So now I've looked at the dailies from the last page. I've confirmed that there's nothing on there left that I need to do. So the new bullet journal, Activate Brian, the unpaid salesman, bullet journal edition 2 has this really cool dot that you totally won't be able to see at the bottom of the page, which lets you cross off the whole day. There. Now, with that little thing, that means I am done and I don't have to look at it again. I used to do this. I used to put a box on it with a little check mark. The square of done was actually this term that Eddie Hope from Calendex created, which I thought was a great term, the square of done. That's the square of done, right? So if everything on that page is done, you can just throw the square of done on there, and you never have to look at that page again. If you want to reminisce, you can, but you never have to look at it again. You know right away this page is done. Just for good measure, yes, I have that on the last one too. Page is done, don't need to do it. All right, so we have caught up. We have looked at our Frankenlog. We have updated our media. We have put down memories. We have updated a habit tracker. And now we are here today. And what do I want to do today? So here's the brain dump portion of the day. I already have, oh no, I can't. All right, so at this point, I would look at my bullet journal companion app, which is on my phone, which means, ooh, see that focus action? Oh, it's like, where's the focus thing? Cool. Anyways, sorry. I would look at my bullet journal app and see if there's anything I put in there to transfer over to my bullet journal. That's the point of the app. But the app deletes everything that you put in it in 72 hours so that you can't just leave things in there and use it like a to-do list. I know that last night I wrote 2 things. I wrote respond to Rick on Bullet Journal University. There was a guy there that said something really nice to me, and I already did that. However, I have to apply for a licensing thing for work. So, and I'm going to have some time at work. Obviously, I only have 4 people. So, apply for license. Okay, I know I have to do that. So, I'm just lucky that I remember that. I woke up in the middle of the night, and this is a perfect example of when I don't have my book, but I need to write something down. I often wake up in the middle of the night. I don't know why I have bad sleep hygiene, and then I think about things. And you know how like you'll get anxious about stuff at night when you think of it. I don't get anxious thinking about being anxious. Let me have some coffee to tamp down that anxiety with caffeine. I don't think that's how it works. Oh, such good coffee. Pete's. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, I don't have my bullet journal near my bed. Also, I don't have my glasses on. It's hard to write. So the bullet journal companion app is perfect because I can just pick up my phone, make a quick note to myself, and then every morning there's an alarm that goes off on the app that says don't forget to reflect. I open the app, I see the things, I put them in, I erase them, and I get to put a little check mark on the log in the app. So, wow, I talk fast. Maybe it's the coffee. Anyways, apply for the license. There's other things I want to do, and the whole point for me of Dirty Dailies is that I don't have to worry about formatting or where things should go. Like lately I've been thinking about, now that I'm kind of coming out of the fog of Dad passing away and getting to feel more like myself, what have I not been doing? There's things I want to do. I want to work on, and let's get nerdy here, my Space Empire's scenario book. Oh my God, how nerdy are we talking right now? I'm not even going to tell you. You'll have to just imagine that for yourself. Space Empire scenario book. I want to work on that. I want to work on Sam's study. And I'm actually gonna. Like, I have a couple hours before I have to leave for work, and I'm going to work on Sam's study. Let me show you Sam's study. Oh, let me show you my tripod. Isn't that a cool little tripod? Anyways, Sam's study is this right here. This is Sam's study. It's a little library I'm building, and I've already built all the furniture. I still have to build a lot of the little paper books, and I need to finish building. Oh, God, this place is messy. This is the room that it's all going to go in, and I need to finish building that as well. And doing, like, there's, like, electrical wiring and building, like, creating, like, fabricating a chandelier. It's fun. I like it. So, I like making stuff. So, I have to... First of all, I almost accidentally activated Bigsby. Second of all, this pen is really heavy, and I damn near threw it at my head. Thank you very much. So I want to work on Sam's study. I want to work on the Empire scenario book. I want to play Gloomhaven, which is a board game. So these, like, if I decide later that I'm not going to do this, fine. It's just, this is what I'm thinking of at the moment, and the point of my bullet journal is to keep me from forgetting things that I want in the moment, you know? I mowed the lawn yesterday. I don't think, and that's right. There is one more place I can look to see if there's anything that I feel like I want to do in the moment or soon, which is to look at Frankenlog, and down at the bottom of it, there is a section called This Month, right? And in the section of This Month, there's a bunch of letters related to tasks. So if a task doesn't have a letter, if it's not scheduled at all, then I don't actually have to do it this month. Like, I can do it whenever. But some things really do have to happen this month. Like, it's not a matter of whenever. And so that's what that section is for. So I can kind of look at, oh, okay, perfect. So this is something that I can do. There's a website called Referral GPS for therapists. And the guy who runs the practice I work for wants us to make a profile for ourselves on there. So make referral cross that off, REFERR, there we go, GPS. Okay, make profile. Very good. And the two things that I think are the most important to get done today are applying for that license and making that profile. And since I have time at work, those are going to get done. That's what we're going to do. All right. Buy car speakers. I felt like that I needed to do that this month. Okay, so the question is, do I make a migration symbol next to make referral GPS? This is a commitment issue, right? There's a part of me that's like, no, don't make the migration symbol, because what if you don't get it done and then you have to put it on a different day? But that's fine, because then I'll just move it along in the dailies. Like, I think making the symbol makes me commit. So, okay, so we're doing the migration symbol for make referral GPS account. So that's it. It's in there. Okay. Buying the car speakers. If I'm being honest, it doesn't have to happen this month. But I don't want to take the letter off and just say, do it whenever, because I never will. My front left speaker of my car is blown. And to be fair, I bought the car in 2012 and nothing has really ever gone wrong. So Okay, so, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not worrying about that right now. I'm just going to leave it there. Get the bike serviced. That's done. I did that. Okay, cool. Marking that bad boy off. Bike was serviced last week. Clean the gutters. Disgusting. It really has to happen. That really has to happen soon, but not today. I'm not going to worry about it. And then the last is, oh, this makes me sound old. Clean the CPAP tubing. Let's just ignore that. Okay, let's move forward. All right, so this is good. So I've got myself a pretty busy day. So let me show you what my day looks like at this point. So there you go. I've got my day set up. I got my events at the top, which doesn't matter, by the way. If another event comes up, I would just throw it in. And daily should be dirty, and the Bujo serves me. I do not serve the Bujo. I'll do whatever I want. I'll do whatever I want in my Bujo. Look at that. Oh, look at that travesty. Isn't it beautiful? That's art right there. Let's frame it. And then give it a little art. There. Bam. All right. So I got my events at the top, and I got my tasks that I want to get done down there at the bottom. And this is what I'll work out of now. I won't work out of I don't have to open my Google Calendar again. I've got everything I need here. If I want to do free flow, if I want to journal this morning, which I probably will do. You don't want to watch me journal because that's literally going to be like Ryder Carroll did a fun thing where he planned his month and we could watch him. And like, it was so quiet that my brain was like, ah. So this is, you don't want to watch me actually journal, but I could. And if I wanted to, then I would write the page of, whatever page I journaled on, I would put in that little bracket. A little history is that bracket used to be an anxiety tracker. A couple years back, I was having so much anxiety with school and work that I want to see how often, because then I could like correlate, how many times I was freaking out during the day versus what was happening that day, because I could see the tick marks and be like, why was that day crazy? And I could look down and find out. But I don't need that anymore because I don't have that anxiety anymore because I'm in a totally different role and my life is amazing. So I think that's it. That's my daily planning. That is my morning routine for my bullet journal, minus whether or not I do some free-form journaling. So there you go. That's my deal. I don't think I left anything out. I feel like I'm in such a routine of doing it that talking about it out loud throws me off the routine, and that makes me think like, oh, okay. There's one more thing, which tends to be more of a weekend thing, but it is something that needs doing, which is checking if anything needs to be added to the index of my bullet journal. If you're not a bullet journal person, an index, the reason bullet journals kick ass is because whenever you need a space to do something, you just turn to the next blank page and you start doing it. And then, ideally right away, you just go to the front where you have an index and write down the name of what you did and what page it's on so you can always find it. So like planning Dad's eulogy was on page 140, so I'm going to write Dad's. Also, these don't have to be in order either. Like, it doesn't matter if I write something on page 140 and then the next thing's it doesn't matter. Because when you're scanning for where something is, you're not looking at the page numbers first. You're looking at the names first. Eulogy, Dad's eulogy, page 140. And then games. I sold a bunch of games on Facebook Marketplace the other day. So games sold on Facebook. And I write it in all caps. And somebody said it seems like a whole lot of work. It is a little bit more work, but my handwriting is nigh indecipherable if I use lowercase letters or cursive. Like, that's half the reason why I don't mind oh my God, what have I done to my book? It was just upside down. That's why I don't mind showing like my free flow journaling on social media. Since you can't read it anyways. It's totally indecipherable. Most of the time I don't even go back and read it because I can't. But the point of the journaling is not to like read it, it's to write it. So, all right. Back to the here. Game sold on Facebook. That was on page, there we go, 139. And then planning Dad's services. So, planning Dad's services. I feel very detached from like talking about Dad's services and funeral and stuff right now because I'm doing this and I'm coffee. And right now I feel more like myself than I have in quite a while. And I really don't want to like rain on that parade by like getting morose or falling back into that thinking about Dad. So that's kind of why this seems like I'm totally unplussed or unfazed by talking about my dad passing away right now because I don't want to be. I'm choosing to let myself off the hook right now. All right, so planning dead services. Anything else? Anything else get added that isn't in here? No. Okay, so that's it. I think we're done. We have my day planned. We have my index updated. We have Frankenlog checked. And that feels awesome because now I know going through the day, there's nothing I'm forgetting. And even if there was something I'm forgetting, that's also okay. Like the whole point of bullet journaling is to make our lives better and to feel better about ourselves. And I refuse to give myself a hard time because I used my bullet journal wrong or didn't do enough. Like I'll put it in when I think of it and then I can do it later. All right, guys, happy Tuesday. I think that's that. And I just got to figure out how to turn this off. I don't know how. And I'll see you next time. I don't know if I'll ever do another video like this. It'll probably be repetitive. Somebody will watch it, right? As long as somebody's getting something out of it, that's what matters. All right, guys, take it easy.